Okay, hi guys. I hope you're all doing well. This is the start of Unit 4 here in our class. We're almost halfway through the class. Hard to believe. Time flies right by. So I wanted to just create a quick video, and I'm sending you a link to this. I put this video on YouTube. And all I want to do is sort of talk you through the assignments this week, go over a few logistical things, etc. I will do my best to keep this quick, but I hope this will be helpful to you. So here are the issues I want to talk about very quickly. And then I'm going to go through everything that's due this week and sort of tell you what I'm doing and what I'm thinking. So first of all, I do want to mention to the class that our assignment deadlines each week are assignment deadlines, and you need to be keeping these deadlines. There are no incompletes in this class. You cannot not do your work and then take an incomplete after week 8. And I've got a terrific group, and you guys really have a lot of very interesting backgrounds. Just in talking to you, people from all over the place, and it makes me a little sorry that we can't meet face to face and chat and get to know each other a little better. But we'll try to do more of that in the class as best we can. But I decided what I wanted to tell you though is that for this class and for all your future classes, if you have a situation where you're going to be gone for more than 5 or 6 days, that makes it very difficult for you to keep up with this sort of online program. It is an accelerated program and it's online. And so a few of you have said, well, I'm going to be gone a week or 2 weeks. In the future, you are best, in my opinion, to put off taking the class and wait. And I will help you as I can. And I especially have sympathy for those people in the military, as well as those people who travel a lot for work. But gosh, if you're going to be gone a week or 2 weeks, you're in the wrong class. We have to move forward. And this class is not at your own pace, and I do not allow incompletes. So certainly talk to me about your issues and problems, but if you have something planned that you can possibly put off, especially if you're going to be gone for a long time, you might seriously consider trying to do that. Again, get in touch with me. One way you can get in touch with me too is by phone call, so you can call. And in fact, I'll post that information. I don't think I have it posted. And you can give me a call during office hours at my office. So. All right, item number 2, these are busy weeks. So after having taught this class many times, my sense really is that weeks 4, 5, and 6 are the busiest. So this and the next 2 weeks, I think, are the ones where you're really busy. Week 7, less so. Week 8, we have a big discussion, but that's pretty easy. And your paper. And so you really don't have a whole lot else going on week 8. You're just writing a paper. So this is a busy week. Prepare for that. Item 3, I've gotten lots of questions. Please ping me if you do not hear from me. I never ignore email. So if you email me and you don't hear from me in a couple days, it's gotten lost in the queue, and that happens. So just ping me again. That's never a problem. Also, feel free to use the student lounge, especially if it is an issue that you think your colleagues are interested in. I'd like to use that more. You'll see, if you haven't seen the student lounge, you'll see some of my comments and issues there. Excuse me. Okay, as you know, one of the things we did last week was we put together questions so that I would put them into a survey and we would pre-test the survey this week. I have sort of done a punt here. I've punted and taken a different tactic. And that is Qualtrics, which is tremendous software. So let me first tell you that. You got to get into it, take a look with it, play with it, and then, if you are fairly adept at adding questions and getting Qualtrics going, put that on your resume. You have an introduction to Qualtrics. It's very similar to SurveyMonkey, only it's much better. It's being used more than SurveyMonkey now, although SurveyMonkey is getting better. But this is the sort of thing that you want to be able to do. Let me also quickly say, you can do professional quality short surveys to your memberships, to groups of people that you know via email. You get great response rates, especially these people are really concerned about the organization that you work for. So you can do this. You can do something that 10, 15, 20 years ago we'd pay a lot of money to have somebody else do. You can do this. Okay, so, however, Qualtrics has changed its interface. Things are a little different, and I'm fooling around with it last night and this morning, and I really wanted to get the survey up for you. So my punt here is I'm going to use an old survey. That is, I have an old Qualtrics survey. You are going to pre-test that survey. Okay. The questions that you posted, I'm going to go through, create a little PowerPoint just to criticize and comment and offer a little bit of tips and advice for some of the things that I'm seeing. I'll do that later in the week. But the link to a Qualtrics survey is posted. It is not your survey. It is about 25 questions. Okay, the survey pretest assignment is posted then, and the link is posted. The goal of this is a realization, to get my students to realize the iterative nature of survey construction. The idea that creating surveys is both art and science. There's a lot of research that tells us what works, but there's also a finesse to it, finding questions that resonate with people, that will keep people engaged with a survey. And it's really tough to do. And the way we do it, as a practical matter, what I do, is I write a survey, I pre-test it, first with my colleagues, then with my friends, then with my extended friends, and I go back and forth and back and forth. It's just work. A lot of people think research is eureka moments, moments of great discovery. A lot of it is just labor, like a lot of things. So this is the labor of research in putting together a survey. You're engaged with that when you do this pretest assignment. Now it's really simple. There's a long description of it posted under the pretest assignment, along with lots of good advice and I hope some worthwhile things that I put in there. But basically, you get somebody to take the pretest. You should sit there with them. That's best. You can do it long distance, but it's best if you sit there with them. And you tell them, take the survey out loud. Tell me about problems and issues you have as you take the survey. And you take down notes. And then you fill in the notes and you submit them later in a little pretest report. There is a short discussion on this that you'll see. It's a discussion that only requires one comment, though I really encourage you to participate as much as you like. And I put this in because I want us to all sort of check in. So you do your survey pretest, and maybe something funny happens. Maybe a question gets interpreted in an unusual way. Maybe your pretest subject really doesn't like the survey for an unusual way. I want to hear about it, and that's what this discussion is about. Now, I want to try for us to keep that first deadline of Wednesday, which means you have to do your pretest early in the week. This particular week on the Wednesday deadline, there might be some shuffling because I know sometimes it might be hard to set up a pretest subject. But you do have to chime in. Please try to do it by Wednesday. And let's see what we run into that's unexpected in trying to do our pretest. People interpret survey questions in idiosyncratic ways. You know, any of us could write a loaded question to get a response we want to get. That's easy, and you see it all the time. The trick is to spot those questions that are loaded, and what I mean by that is to spot those questions that prompt a particular response before we have them into the field. They're loaded in unusual ways that we never realized, and that's why we do a lot of pretesting. Okay, you can start that right away. I think it's kind of fun. I'm anxious to hear what you have to say about it. All right, item number 5, you have a sort of a discussion. It's problems with experiments. I'm about to post that under the experiment discussion. What this is I give everybody a little scenario, and I ask you to sort of find the problems here. We don't have the time in 8 weeks for you to do your own experiment. Okay, so what we do is we read lots of little experiments, and I try to open your eyes to some of the issues that are involved. This has a Wednesday deadline for your first comments. But like with the other discussions, I'm only going to grade sort of your final assessment of things. That means that you need to come in, read my criticism, read the criticism and comments of your colleagues, and then just correct yourself. You just say, you're right, I was wrong, here's how I would do it. And then, of course, the final comments are due Sunday. So that's easy, that's just a discussion. All right, the one thing we have now that's sort of additional is the data analysis assignment. You will see a video that I've produced. It's about 10 minutes long, 11 minutes long, that describes the assignment and talks you through it. It's an old video. It's from 6 months or a year ago, so don't worry about that. I look a little younger than I do now. And then finally, the summary assignment. All right. So you have 3 or 4 things to do. A couple move quickly, but a couple do not. You need to start early, post questions. Let me help you out. And I will see you online. Thanks and good luck.